In Chapter 2, we're going to be looking at what makes a sample good and what makes a sample bad. So I alluded to this in the last chapter when I was talking about this MLive survey not being a great sample. So here are the results again of what they found in this particular survey, which would make it seem like there's overwhelming support for legalization. So here we have this other study conducted by the Pew Research Center that attempted to get a good representative sample. Now this was 1 year later, March 25th through 29th, 2015, and the question they asked was, do you think the use of marijuana should be made legal or not? This was a sample drawn from 1,500 randomly selected adult Americans, so this is not just from the Michigan residents. But we see that 53% in this particular study favored the legal use of marijuana, which is quite a bit different from what we found in the MLive. So why was there such a discrepancy? So in this section, we're going to start to look at why one sample would be considered good and one sample would be considered bad. A few things that should show up for this particular study is the fact that the polls were conducted at different times. 1 year might make a huge difference. The populations that they sampled were different. The Michigan poll only included Michigans, but the Pew Research Center poll included all adult Americans. You also should notice that the MLive poll had a much higher response rate than the Pew poll did. The questions were not identical, and we'll see too in this course that the questions that you ask can sometimes influence the outcomes. And we always have to be aware that the data from one or both of your polls might be bad. There might be something about the data that's just not accurate. So this chapter is going to focus on assessing whether data from polls are good or bad.